Welcome to the One for the Road podcast. My name is Mr. K. Alongside me, as always, is C Squared. Tonight's topic, C Squared was hell-bent, wanted to do a World Series podcast, give you some bold predictions and win some people some money, but Thursday, the sports world was shaken to the core as news came out that three prominent either current NBA player, current NBA coach, an ex-NBA player were involved in a FBI investigation that arrested those people and 28 others. And some of the allegations are some, informing friends and family about privileged, unpublished injury information that would win them cash prizes at your local DraftKings or FanDuel or electronic sports betting facility. And also a number of people were involved with illegal poker games where they would lure people in with the promise of playing with NBA players and would mysteriously siphon their money out. They said that organization made about $7 million at least.
Well, isn't that stellar?
So those were going on in an apartment building at a townhouse in New York with various members of like us, the mafia. And like I said, in total, 31 were arrested, many organized crime figures. This was after a 1-year investigation by the FBI, and I think a joint investigation with the New York Attorney General.
1-year investigation by the FBI and a $7 million loss of tax dollars. They should let them win once in a while.
Right.
You'd still be in business.
Yes, there were some signs that tipped people off that we'll go into. A comment on some of the three more prominent NBA figures involved in this. The first of which is Scary Terry Rozier. He's a point guard for the Miami Heat. He's been accused of informing friends and family to bet the under on his player props because he was going to go down with a mysterious injury during the game. He did this while he was playing with the Charlotte Hornets in 2023. So here, you'll like this, Chris. How did Terry get caught? Sports books were tipped off when they saw a surge in 43 grand in Rozier prop bets. This guy's like a Midland player for the Charlotte Hornets. Usually draws about $100, I think, in prop bets. And DraftKings and some other people saw 43 grand surge in bets.
Yeah, you gotta love it. Well, he was with the Hornets and he did get stung.
Yeah, yes, he did.
He was involved in a sting.
What was really interesting is the NBA in early 2025 conducted an investigation of this and found nothing and let Terry continue his services on the basketball court. The FBI differed in opinion. There was a recent interview with Adam Silver about this. Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, the head of the association, who has had all of this happen on his watch. His excuse was, we conducted an investigation, but we don't have nearly the tools or the time that the FBI has.
Oh, I think you got a bunch of tools in your organization.
Of course, this is an association that's making billions of dollars every year, especially, billions probably on the TV contracts alone.
Right.
Prime Video now, Amazon is televising their games. I heard they forked over a bunch of money so they could do that this year. So,
So they
go ahead.
Can you place a prop bet online?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
Yes, you can, and that's the thing. It's there. I mean, you bet on anything, which is wild. Like how many points this player's going to have, how many rebounds, how many assists. You can do an over and under
Yeah.
and stuff. And yeah, I mean, some people are like, well, that guy's terrible. I'm going to do, the under, and he's not going to score any points and stuff like that. So,
Right.
yep. Yes, you can.
Interesting.
It's scary the amount of bets you can make.
Oh, yeah. And
The second prominent figure was Chauncey Billups, the coach of the Portland Trailblazers and a member of the NBA Hall of Fame.
oh, lovely.
So he's been the lone guy, and of course, everybody, we got to preface this with allegedly.
Yeah.
He's allegedly been involved with the poker games with the mafia. They brought him in to attract potential millionaire players to play in these high stakes poker games. There's been talk of X-ray tables being used.
Yeah. Well,
so they could read the cards.
What's the over and the under on riots in Portland?
That's a different topic.
Yeah.
I don't think they're terribly upset.
They rioted so the FBI couldn't take him away.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think there's many riots that the Trailblazers are without a coach. There might be some other more important reasons. The other thing that Billups has been accused of is he was letting people know that he wasn't going to play his best players far in advance and of the game being played and far in advance of the injury reports or anything being published. So he had his hands in both activities.
Oh, lovely. Again, he should have been hiding out in a 3-block safe zone in Portland. They didn't ever got him.
I think it was involved in these New York poker games. And it's funny. It's like a couple things. It's like, fine example to his players. He's the coach. I mean, he's 49 years old.
Dude.
I mean, some of these players are like 23, 20. I mean, he's supposed to be like a father figure. This is the example he sets.
He is a father figure, the Godfather.
Yeah.
Godfather at gambling.
I mean, the guy was making millions of dollars too.
You wonder why these people would do this stuff when they're making millions of dollars.
Right.
And how, okay, they made $7 million on the poker game. How much of that could he have possibly got? 100 grand,
right,
200 grand,
$1
million?
Right.
Dude, whatever. That's a portion of your annual salary, man.
The other thing, too, that's laughable is the Blazers are not exactly fantastic. And it's like, dude, you weren't exactly devoting a lot of time towards coaching and getting this team better. It sounds like you were devoting a lot of time to your point, C-squared.
Yeah, well,
of gaining another $1 million by having the mob fly you into New York to play poker with X-ray tables.
Good Lord.
In a townhouse.
Yeah. Yeah, like you would walk into that thing and consistently lose and not figure that out, man.
Right.
Now maybe it was people that just wanted to pay money to hang out with him. He should just sign autographs.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. They're called the Trailblazers. Chauncey might be a jailblazer when the time this gets done.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So you bring up a good question is like, why did they do it? I mean, these guys were making millions and, there's been a couple of theories. One somewhat controversial one that hasn't been mentioned a lot is I'm wondering if this was blackmail.
That is a thought. The other thought is Pete Rose type story, which was I've lost so much. I lost my millions and then some, and I owe you a bunch of money. dude, and
Right.
I need to freaking figure out how to get it back to you. And so, yeah, I mean, which is the same thing as blackmail. And,
Right. Right.
it's like basically extortion, except I illegitimately owe you money.
Right.
you know,
Hey, you bring up a good point with Rose, and the other theory is that these guys are just addicted to gambling. It doesn't matter the stakes; it's the adrenaline rush of this addiction and of just winning bets.
yeah, right, right.
Uh, I mean, a lot of, especially the Rozier theory and another individual that's been brought up, but more with Rozier, and this happened with another player too. Jonte Porter was, uh, they wanted to help friends and family. They had buds, and it's like, ooh, I can help my bud out who's down on his luck. And
Yeah,
go, hey, bet 10 grand, I ain't going to score a point tonight, and I'll be injured during the warm ups
yeah, right, right, exactly.
and stuff like that. To your point, Jonte Porter was uh, in 2024, he was found guilty of doing this. I'm injured and uh, informing people ahead of time to bet big money uh, on his props. They said he was such an addict that he was in the hole and he was trying to climb out of the hole by doing these
You
shenanigans.
got it. Yep. Right. No, 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 dude. That's exactly what I mean. I think that's how it goes. Is essentially a lot of times, and you owe a bunch of people money,
Right,
and they're not the kind of people that you really want to owe money to,
right,
and
right,
they're
right,
not your local credit union or the
right, right,
hospital down the street.
right. Rumor is their interest rates are a little bit higher.
That's right, dude. And their collection department is
Right.
not calling your employer to guarantee your wages. And
And quite efficient.
yeah, quite efficient. It includes great career you got there. So it'd be a shame if you weren't ever able to play again.
Right, right. John Tate Porter, unlike these, especially Billups and Rozier. I mean, Billups and Rozier were making. I mean, Rozier, I think, was in the final year of like a $25 million a year contract. I mean,
How
it
you
was
could
obscene.
lose that much money, man?
I know, and that's the thing. Is like, and then they think they're, and again, it's kind of the sports mentality of I've been told I'm great, and you almost get this feeling like you're invincible and you can do anything you want.
Yeah,
So, I mean, that if you're a really good basketball player, that's you're great, you're great, you're great. You've heard this for eons and eons and eons to the point after like 10, 15 years. Yes, I am great and I can do whatever I want and I'm not going to get caught. But man, you're going to get caught. I mean, when there's 43 grand surge in your prop bets
right.
that
Who in their
night,
right mind would not be able to realize that scenario is a huge tip off and it's almost like freaking basic math? It does
right,
not take
right,
AI to actually do this
no,
fraud analysis, dude. It
right,
is like any idiot bookie could freaking see this. Yeah.
right, right. I mean, this has happened a bunch of times, and those sports books just stop all that type of betting. I mean, they stopped all the prop bets on Rozier when they saw 43 grand come in. They were like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, they just stopped. They won't take any more bets on that.
Yeah, right.
And to your point, sports betting is legal. It is heavily regulated, and they've been, they have perfected the computer systems. Not and to your point, this is pre AI. They haven't even got the AI
Right,
agents in
right.
there
So
yet.
just like a horse race, dude, they they didn't think that there were odds on the fact that on that prop bet, and I guarantee they're
Right.
running odds on the prop
Oh
bet,
yeah, yeah,
man. So
yeah.
now his freaking uh, his injury on a prop bet is going off like 2 to 1,
Right.
which is
Right.
unheard of
Right.
for
Right.
freaking, for an injury, dude.
Right.
Like that is not immediately a freaking red flag. Have you people? You're gambling addicts. Have you never bet on a horse race
Right. Right. Right.
and understood how the odds were made?
But it's amazing that, they're like, oh, I'm just going to tell a few buds and, before the game. And it's just amazing. Let me go to the third individual with this. Damon Jones. He was a former player with the Cavaliers and an assistant coach. He's been accused of allegedly informing crime lords privileged undisclosed injury information and such like he knew sometimes when LeBron James wasn't going to play before the media or anybody else and relayed it to some conspirators to put some money down, get a big bet on the other team tonight is one of his texts
Dude.
that the FBI uncovered.
And so uh you'll look at it and say, was LeBron, how did LeBron know he wasn't going to play tonight? Dude, tell him that. Maybe he was injured in advance and he told somebody, or was he falling down with an injury?
Well, the thing is with Damon Jones, he was around LeBron during the warm-ups and would have this insider information.
No.
And LeBron has not been implicated in this. And again, allegedly Damon Jones did this. So let's get this out, innocent before proven guilty.
Yeah.
But as Shaq said, I listened to an interview with Shaq, and he's like,
I like Shaq.
if the FBI has been investigating a year and they have come up with something, they're arresting you because they have an airtight
You got
case.
it. Yep, right, exactly.
And it's like, and that's why these investigations go on for years, because when they make the arrests, they want to be sure.
Yep, right. Yeah,
you are going to give something up to them for something better, or you're going to serve time.
Yep, right. Yeah, exactly.
So even Shaq said that on the NBA pregame show.
Yeah, that's funny. I like Shaq a lot.
Yes.
I like Shaq a lot.
Quite the seller.
Yeah,
it's amazing. He's always on ads, and you're like, does he need the money? It's just like, I just think he likes money.
Well, and dude, it's like
it's America. You can do whatever you want.
He did totally down a rabbit hole and off the thing. He did a YouTube video for no apparent reason on his custom Challenger, dude, which he took out it's a convertible, and he took out the back seats and had the front seat moved into the back seat so he could drive this.
Yeah, because he's so huge.
But as he was, it's like, hey, that's a great idea, dude, and a really cool sports car that you actually can fit in, man. That's awesome.
Yes.
Good for you.
That is good. Not only were there famous people in the National Basketball Association accused of these crimes, I'm pulling up right now the United States Attorney Office out of the Eastern District of New York has the complete list of the 31 people arrested. We will just name some of the more colorful aliases. Spanish G was busted. Lou App. Flapper Poker, also known as Flappy, was hauled into custody by the FBI.
Donnie
Maddie the Wrestler was hauled in. Spook. Juice. Black Tony.
Donnie T.
Sugar. Big Bruce. Guess what state these people, there's that's a trivia question for one's kind of obvious, but trivia question for Chris. What 3 states do you think these colorful individuals might be hailing from?
Uh, so you say New York. I gotta say Jersey.
Yep. You got
No,
two, New York and
Jersey,
Jersey.
and the Jersey Annex, Miami, Florida.
Oh, good guess. Nevada. I was seeking
Oh no, okay,
Nevada.
Nevada. Okay, I should have guessed Nevada, but
D. Jones out of Texas was hauled into custody. Jonathan Chan, also known as Stanley, was one of these individuals. John South, Kurt, Doc, Black Rob, Pookie, and of course, Jay.
that's right.
So those
Why?
are some of the aliases of some other individuals that were uh, allegedly involved in
Yes.
this illegal poker games or disseminating of non-published advanced
You,
injuries of
you
players.
mispronounced Jay's name. Why
Yes.
iota?
Yay. To protect the innocent, we will not mention their full names. Also, we don't need any of their
they're
relatives coming at. We don't
they're
need
from
Jay's relatives to come after us.
they're from Jersey. What innocent?
Yeah. So good luck in their upcoming fight with the law. Uh,
I,
so, as I mentioned earlier, Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, has been coming under fire. What's also interesting was this came out a day after the NBA season was played. So Rozier and Billups the night before were actually on the court, like
oh,
serving their
really?
purpose of coach/player. And the next day, after the opening day of the NBA, or 2 nights of the NBA, came these indictments. Uh, I mean, Adam Silver's been under his watch. Illegal gambling became. I mean, you could. He was a big proponent of legalized betting on NBA games.
Yeah.
All the other commissioners preceding him were not proponents of this at all, and loved the fact that it was banned due to stuff like this, which would cause corruption and and
Sports,
not make
yes,
the
right.
sport, yeah, make the sport seem seedy.
Right. As if it wasn't.
Right, right. Uh, because of this, he might win a free trip to Washington to explain to congressmen and the American people why this is happening during his watch. And like I
Yeah.
said, this isn't the first instance. This John Tay Porter dude in 2024 was found guilty
That's
of
yeah,
these
that's right.
shenanigans during his watch too.
Commissioner, meet Josh Hawley.
Yes. Ted Cruz and the cast of
That's
many
right,
in
exactly.
the Capitol building. So, question to you, C Squared. Do you think the ramifications of this will question whether sports betting should become illegal again?
No, I can't. I can't imagine you trying to put the genie back in the bottle.
Right, right,
That's the problem, and there are too many people making too much money. Potent. I can't believe I'm saying this, but probably legitimately
right,
running,
right,
because you couldn't possibly fix every game. So so some of the gambling is legitimate, and I even say the majority of it is legitimate. I don't know if
right,
that's
right,
true or not, but
right,
the
right,
bottom line is that so I can't imagine putting the genie back in the bottle. And the other aspect of it is that some of it is legitimate now. And what effect did it have on your bet, possibly on a game, if somebody went down injured? But how many injuries were planned on things. So the majority of the teams probably did not have planned injuries. So if you were just betting games, that you were probably safe,
Right,
90%
right. You weren't
safe.
affected by,
Yeah,
Terry
90,
Rozier goes down with a foot injury if
95%
you've
safe. So
got,
who was getting smoked? A bunch of bookies in Vegas that were
right,
doing this or running these sports gambling things, which is why they put the lid on. We're
right,
not something funny is going on.
right,
We're
right,
not freaking we're not and that's probably how these dudes essentially called the FBI and said, dude, look at this. And why would you
right,
call the FBI when you're a sports gambling thing? Because you know you're going to have to pay out on that $43,000 worth of freaking bets on this thing.
right,
Now I'm going to have to pay out $4 million, dude.
right,
For $4
right,
million, I'm calling the FBI. And
right,
if I thought somebody was scamming me for $40 or $400, I might blow it off as a loss. For 400,000 or $4 million, dude, the FBI is getting called.
right, right. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I just think it's there's a lot of things. Like one is these are just bad apples. One, two, and a majority of the sport isn't bad apples. And to your point, what did these illegal bets hurt? And to your point, it hurt the bookies, but it didn't really hurt the betting community at large, and it didn't. It affected the integrity of the game a
yeah,
bit, but not it isn't rampant, and it wasn't, thankfully it wasn't during the playoffs or, a championship series or something like that. I
yeah,
mean, if there's integrity during those events, your sports are going to be in real trouble,
yeah,
and
right.
you'll lose viewership, sponsorships, and money
Yeah,
if that starts happening.
and even on that level, as if refs weren't paid off in the past, and.
Oh yeah, and they were.
So the bottom line is that this has been happening long before
Oh yes.
gambling was illegal. I've seen
Right.
many NFL games where it was like, dude, that was the worst call
Right.
freaking ever. Dude.
Yeah, there were NBA refs that were found guilty of this in the 90s, I believe.
Right, right,
And
exactly.
I think they're in the Slammer,
Yeah,
one in particular. And yeah, he was doing it in multiple games too. But yeah, the other thing too is, as we pointed out before, this industry is heavily regulated. I mean, and it's run in a sophisticated computer network that's about to get more sophisticated.
right. And so the bottom line with AI, fraud detection, like like understanding visas fraud detection, where you have literally milliseconds to determine if this fits into one of nine fraud buckets.
Right,
And
right,
or if you're
right,
going to let the transaction go through. You don't think I can't figure out a bet that you placed an
right,
hour ago, dude?
right,
Freaking, I am doing like real time,
right,
millions of transactions a second. I'm sorting
right,
those and doing real time fraud detection. How, what?
right, right,
Yeah.
right. And yeah, I mean, because it's been so heavily regulated, these spikes are being noticed right away. And like I said, betting gets shut down as soon
Right.
as like these spikes happen. They're like, oh, whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
wait a minute.
I bet shutting that down is not even a human activity.
Right,
It's
true, exactly.
it's probably, frigging an AI level activity that you have crossed some threshold of irregularity and shut this thing down immediately, man.
Right. The other parallels that people have been making is like alcohol. Alcohol is a regulated industry. Yes, there are a few people who get too drunk and do terrible things, drunk driving accidents, or even murder or homicide. Those are bad apples. Out of the majority of the world, though, most people can consume moderate amounts, if not lower than moderate amounts of
Yeah,
alcohol and be
right.
fine.
One or two drinks. I know that story
But they
from me, man.
you take the good with the bad. Alcohol has employed a ton of people. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry that
Yep.
employs thousands, if not millions, of people are making their lives on the production of alcohol and even the sale of alcohol.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and people legitimately almost now look at it as like a tourist thing. And
Right,
so my buddy, and I won't go into the name of the distillery, went down to Keeneland and to gamble, and then his wife wanted to go to one of the distilleries, and he's like, dude, we pulled up into the place and the line was like 3 hours long to get a freaking tour of the freaking
uh,
distillery, man. And
yeah,
he's like, yikes, dude, we're out of here, man.
right. So
So
the bottom line is they're both sins, right? But they do more good than bad. You got to weigh the good with the bad. But I mean, the gambling industry, I mean, think of all the people who work at the DraftKings, the FanDuels of the world. How
yeah,
many thousands of people work those jobs? I mean, now they're thankfully, because we're
right.
in IT, I would imagine a lot of computer engineers work those jobs.
Dude, you know what I picture at and maybe this is done electronically now, dude, but essentially actuary, how many actuaries slash statisticians do you
Right,
have on board here, man,
right, right,
that may be using AI, but
right,
they're able to do the math themselves too, and
right,
because
right,
that is realistically, you know, a a a great career to have, man. I What do you do for a living? I use math to predict the future.
right, right. Yeah, exactly,
That's right,
exactly.
dude. And I'm right more than I'm wrong. Yeah.
So, the conclusion of my argument is, I just think it's bad apples. I don't think the genie, they're not to your point, they're not putting the genie back into the bottle. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. It employs tons and tons of people. For the most part, it's good, and
Yeah.
it's good for the economy. It's good for, people making a living, and it's kind of fun when you win.
Yeah.
A little bit, but yeah, bet responsibly is the key.
Oh yeah.
That should do it. I didn't have anything else. Did you have anything else,
No,
C Square? I'll put a bow on
I
this.
am good, man.
All right, I'll do some business here. You can reach us via email at the number one, the number four, the road podcast at gmail.com. We have a website. It's onefortheroad.net. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube. We are also available on 3 audio platforms, those being Spotify, RSS, and I always forget the third one, Podbean.
We're
For
also
C.
available for live appearances in southern states during the
Yes,
winter months.
yes,
So feel
yes,
free to hit us up. We are
yes,
reasonably
yes.
priced.
Yes. Uh, Good point. For C Squared, I'm Mr. K. Have a good week.
Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Have a good one.
Yeah.